First at 5, a 16-year-old learns he will not be getting bail after being charged with murder. Sean Simpson is accused of killing 16-year-old Zaquavius Dawkins and also accused of trying to kill someone else Sunday night in Gastonia. Well, Simpson is now being charged under a law change which allows 16 and 17-year-olds to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. But that did not make things any easier for anyone involved today, as you just saw. As Derek Dellinger reports right now, the hearing only lasted a few minutes, but it was tough for both families.
The family of the victims, Zaquavius Dawkins, they were in court and they were quite emotional about what happened. You have to realize this is one of their first chances to see the teen accused of killing him. Sean Simpson came into Gaston County Court at points wiping away his tears as he stood before a judge. Just 16 years old, he's being charged with first-degree murder as an adult. That's as a result of a law change that went into effect in December, which allows teens his age to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. There was a realization that during this proceeding that the gravity was hitting him, a grand jury indictment that could come in the near future, and a moment that hit when a judge told him that he would not be seeing freedom anytime soon.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant facts of the charges.
Yo, what up, y'all? I'm back with another video. And as hard as it was to watch that small clip just now, you need to understand something. This happens on a regular basis. Yeah, it happens on a regular basis. I decided to touch up on it because this is actually in the area where I live. It hits home sometimes. It hits close to home on numerous occasions because my brother was a victim of gun violence as well, and he was murdered last year. So I want to touch on this because I really need to talk to the youth. I need to reach out to the youth. And not just them, I'm talking to the old heads too. You old dudes out there that still think you're gangster, that still thinks that being tough and carrying a gun around, not for protection, but to commit some type of crime and to commit some type of murder. Y'all seem to think that it's cool to do this. So I'm talking to y'all too, but in particular, the youth. You young guys out here, you teenagers. The young man in the video is only 16, being treated as an adult. Yes, he is being treated as an adult, but he is only 16. That means he is probably about to get the book thrown at him. He's probably going to get some football numbers because he ended another young man's life on top of attempting to end someone else's life. I don't know exactly what happened and I don't know exactly how the story goes. If he was shooting at the one young man, the football player, and he just so happened to hit someone else, or there were other people in the vicinity and they got caught up in it. I don't know exactly what happened in this story. We're going to continue following this story so that we do know exactly what happens and that we do know what his consequences and punishments for his actions were. But being treated as an adult, that set him off. That's the reason why he is crying, because at that very moment, it hit him. He was thinking, oh, I'm going home. They'll let me go home. You know, he's probably seen it in the movies. He's probably seen it on some sitcom on TV. He's probably seen it on social media because let's be real. These guys, these young kids, they are being misled. They are being led into nothing but destruction. They are living a life of destruction. And a lot of it has to do with these old heads. A lot of it has to do with you older guys who teach these kids how to be thugs, how to be gangsters, and you think that shit is cool. Not to mention you have the ladies also who think that being with a thug or being with a gangster is what life is all about. That's what you really want, right? Because let's be real, y'all want a Tupac in the suit. I heard someone say that yesterday and I thought to myself like, damn, that is so true. Some women want Tupac in the suit. Now, you can get that. Let's be real, you can get that. You can get a man who lived that life, but now he turned his life around. But then you can get the man who is a straight bum, who is in jail, handcuffed, and is crying. Especially a 16-year-old who just ended his life. And it's not just his life he ended. He ended that young man's life. The football player, he ended his life too. So now you have two lives that are ruined. And especially if he gets 25, if he gets the book thrown at him, if they put him under the jail, that means he will be serving 25 to life. He is 16. That means my man will not see the light of day. And if he does make parole later on, which sometimes it does happen, you get paroled, you know, as a murderer. Yeah, it does happen. I know guys who have received a lesser punishment for murder. I know guys who they let out on parole due to good behavior, and what did they do? Sometimes they get out and they do the same exact thing. They murder someone else. But the justice system, which has been broken and we are trying to fix, I hope someone is trying to fix it, well, sometimes it does work in the favor of the law-abiding citizens. And those people who commit those crimes, they get the book thrown at them, which means they get those football numbers, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And look what kind of crime it is. Murder. Look what kind of, and it's premeditated murder. Yes. He probably, matter of fact, not probably, he planned to murder this young kid. No matter what it was, I hear that they had some words. There were some words between the two of them, and he planned to murder this young man, which he carried out, and he murdered him. He ended his life. And at the same time, he ended his own life. Yes, that clip is really hard to watch. And as I watched it, I felt sorry for that kid, not because he's young. No, it's not because he's young, because 16 years old, you still should know right from wrong, especially murdering someone. You still should know that it's not just going to be a pat on the wrist and then you get to go home. No, no, no. If you are 16 years old right now, 15 years old, 17 years old, and you are watching this video, just know that if you commit the crime, guess what's going to happen? You're going to do the time, and you're going to become someone's bitch in prison. That's exactly what he's going to become. He just doesn't know it yet. Because once you get into that prison system, just be ready to be washing someone's drawers. Just be ready to be braiding someone's hair. Just be ready to be walking next to another cellmate, and you are holding the inside of his pockets, because now you are officially his bitch, and it's probably his turn with you, because they are going to take turns with you. Trust and believe when I tell you, they are going to take turns with you. I have seen men in jail, big men in jail, tall men in jail, strong men in jail, muscular men in jail, made to dance, made to sing like a bitch, made to wash drawers, made to braid hair. They have another man sitting in between their lap, and they are made to braid hair. They are made to sleep on the floor. Yes, they even make you dance with one another, because this is what happens in prison. This is what happens in prison. And notice I say prison and not jail, because there is a difference between jail and prison. Jail is where you go when you are waiting to go to prison. Jail is where you go when you are awaiting trial. And once you get that sentence, once the judge hits that gavel, it's a wrap. You are done. It's over for you. You are sent up the river, as they say, and you will not see the light of day. And you better believe your life is going to be so hard and so miserable. Your life is going to be turned upside down. It doesn't matter who comes to visit you. It doesn't matter who comes to see you. It's never going to be the same again. And so if you think that whatever gang that you belong to, whatever crew that you're running with, whatever clique, whatever set you're a part of, if you think that they care about you that much, that they are going to visit you every week, you got something else coming to you. They don't care. I'm here to tell you that. They don't care. This young man, whether he's part of a gang or not, which I think he is. I believe he is. I could kind of tell by the tattoos on his hand that he's probably a part of a gang. He's probably a part of a clique that is out here. And guess what? That clique and gang is going to forget about him, because they don't give two shits about you. You commit your crimes, you commit your murders for said gang, for said clique, for said set, and they don't care about you. They will never visit you. They will never put money on your books. And let's hope Let's just hope that your family has enough money to keep putting money on your books, because what's going to happen is you're going to be in there and you're going to get extorted for whatever it is you have on your books. Yes, any type of money you have on your books, you're going to get extorted for. Whatever phone call privileges you have, you're going to get extorted for. They are going to extort you for everything. And I'm talking to that 16-year-old young man that was in that video crying, and I'm talking to all you 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young men who watch this video, who watch this clip, and you see exactly what I'm talking about. Because if you don't want to experience this, then you need to stop doing whatever it is you're doing. Whatever little set you think you're a part of, it's cute at the time. Yeah, it's cute. It's very cute. It's cute for you to be in school and showing off your gang signs, throwing up gang signs. It's cute to be in school and show off to the little girls who think that it's cute being a part of a clique, who thinks that it's cute being a part of a gang. But you know what's going to happen? Those girls aren't going to visit you either. And I guarantee you that 16-year-old young man in the clip earlier, none of those girls are going to care about him. They don't. They're never going to visit him. They're not going to put money on his books. He is in a world of his own. He's sitting in a cell right now crying, I guarantee you. And if he's not crying, then he is probably contemplating doing something to himself. And if he's not contemplating that, then he is imagining a future behind bars, a future as someone else's bitch, because that's exactly what he is going to become. I don't care how tough you are. When you are in that prison cell, when you are in that jail, in that prison, behind those bars, and you have 20 inmates, 30 inmates, 10 inmates come at you, and they tell you that you better have their drawers washed by 6 a.m. the next morning, guess what? You better have their drawers washed by 6 a.m. the next morning, or suffer the consequences. You will see this. So throwing away your life, if it's worth it, for being part of a little gang or a little set while you are out here and you're committing crimes and you murder someone and then you end up in jail only to be what? Only to be by yourself. So why not be by yourself while you're out here? Think about that, young man. Why not be by yourself while you are out here in the free world? Because once you get locked up and you're behind bars, you're going to be by yourself anyway. But the only difference is that out here, you can survive on your own. Yes, out here you can survive on your own. I understand the reason why most of us join gangs and cliques and sets. I get it. It's for protection, especially if you are being bullied by another gang and you need the protection of a gang. I get it. I understand. Remember, I came from that lifestyle. I came from that life. I did that when I was your age. That's why I don't want you to make that same mistake. So while you are out here, trust and believe you can make it on your own. You can survive on your own while you are out here. You have a chance. You have a fighting chance. But when you are behind bars, when you are in that cell and you have 20 inmates that are looking at you like food and you are fresh meat, guess what's going to happen? You don't have a fighting chance. You don't have a fighting chance. There's nothing you can do. There's no one you can call. There's nowhere you can go. You cannot escape. You are in a box. You are in a cell behind bars with sharks swimming in deadly water. So why not do what you're supposed to do while you're out here? Condemn these gangs. Condemn these sets. Don't join them. Because remember, out here, you're by yourself anyway. And in there, it's even worse, especially since you don't have that gang, that clique, or that set to protect you when you are behind bars. Rest in peace to that young man who lost his life. And the young man who was crying in that clip, man, you have a long road ahead of you.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.